A high-stakes operation is underway for a team of agents led by Nad to secure a priceless Chinese artifact called the jade. The jade, a culturally significant stonework from the Chinese Empire's golden era, is on exhibition in Mauritius as part of a new Silk Road initiative to connect China, Mauritius, and the African continent. The agents are keenly aware that any misstep could have severe geopolitical consequences. During the convoy transporting the jade, an unexpected holdup occurs, a turtle in the road. As two agents including Billy go to investigate, they realize it's a diversion. The convoy is ambushed, resulting in a chaotic firefight. The attackers manage to steal the jade and one of the agents, Bravo, is missing. The remaining attackers in their getaway vehicle discuss their options. They realize that returning without the jade or Bravo will incur the wrath of their boss, who they fear more than prison. They decide to drive into the jungle to try and find Bravo. Back at headquarters, the chief of the National Security and Research (NSR) department is furious about the failure. He chastises Nad and his team, believing the attack was meticulously planned, almost as if the attackers knew their route. The chief emphasizes the jade's importance for national security and demands its immediate recovery, threatening the agents' careers if they fail. Land and coastal checkpoints are immediately set up to prevent the jade from leaving Port Louis. The Mauritian minister and Chinese ambassador Singh express their concerns. Mr. Singh, representing China, emphasizes the jade's profound cultural and historical significance, symbolizing hope, immortality, and prosperity for thousands of years. Due to the artifact's importance, China insists on having a large stake in the investigation and sends their intelligence prodigy Ricky and Special Agent Yuan, known for her brilliant track record in covert operations, to assist. Despite initial resistance from the Mauritian chief, a joint investigation is agreed upon. Agent Yuan quickly asserts her authority upon arrival, stating her sole purpose is to find the jade, not to save reputations. She immediately requests to work with Agent Nad, taking over his office as her operational base. They review the top 3 suspects: Campbell Adiani, a notorious robber who has been inactive for years but recently spotted in Somalia, and Raoul, considered Mauritius's most dangerous crime lord, known for his involvement in drugs, weapons, and other black market activities. Nad's colleague Amanda mentions Nad's father almost caught Adiani a decade ago. Yuan expresses skepticism about the Mauritian department's inability to gather concrete evidence against Raoul, despite his alleged long-standing criminal enterprise on such a small island. Meanwhile, Raoul, the crime boss, is ecstatic about acquiring the jade. However, he soon faces a problem. One of his coastal deliveries unrelated to the jade was intercepted by the police. The ship was seized and all his men were killed except for Bravo, who they believe is now in police custody. Raoul orders Bravo to be killed in custody, fearing he will break under interrogation and expose their operations. Dwayne, one of Raoul's loyal men and Bravo's brother, pleads with Raoul to spare Bravo, offering to get him out. Raoul refuses, citing that there are no second chances in situations like this, and orders a hitman to be briefed. He also instructs his men to keep a close eye on Dwayne due to his emotional state. The coastal police, unaware of the jade heist, investigate the seized boat, suspecting a connection to the recent robbery. They notify the NSR. Nad and Agent Yuan go to the coastal police station. At the station, they meet Officer Gilbert and are introduced to Bravo, the sole survivor of the boat incident. Agent Yuan, demonstrating her sharp intuition, immediately senses that Bravo is being held for more than just smuggling fake currency. She offers him a deal: information in exchange for help. Bravo initially denies any knowledge of the heist, claiming to be a simple boat hand forced into smuggling. However, when pressed, he reveals he was headed to China. Agent Yuan, showing a keen understanding of interrogation tactics, convinces Nad to transfer Bravo to NSR custody, assuring Bravo that she can only help him if he cooperates before other agents get involved. The summary ends with Nad and Yuan taking Bravo into NSR custody, with Yuan revealing her own past experiences in China and her impressive record at the academy. Upon returning to the NSR office, Nad and Yuan begin interrogating Bravo. He admits that Raoul, the crime lord, was behind the jade heist. He explains that Raoul's crew had been monitoring the embassy and the NSR's movements, getting inside information from an unknown source. Bravo reveals that the turtle diversion was specifically designed to split the convoy and create an opening for the ambush. He further confesses that Raoul intends to sell the jade to a shadowy international syndicate, a deal that would solidify his power and expand his criminal empire globally. Meanwhile, back at Raoul's lair, Dwayne is still grappling with the order to kill his brother Bravo. He confronts Raoul, trying to appeal to their long-standing loyalty and brotherhood, but Raoul remains unmoved, prioritizing his business and the need to tie up loose ends. Dwayne, realizing he can't save Bravo by conventional means, begins to secretly formulate a plan to either rescue him or at least prevent Raoul from succeeding in his grand scheme. He suspects there's a mole within the NSR, given how well Raoul seemed to know their movements. This suspicion fuels his determination, setting the stage for a desperate move against his boss. Nad and Agent Yuan investigate a lead, a car matching the make and model from the heist exiting the city. They track it to a safe house, which Yuan notes is surprisingly well cultured for a criminal. Inside, they find evidence suggesting Dwayne, Bravo's brother, is actively trying to save him, potentially by brokering a deal for information. Yuan, with a touch of aggression, interrogates the person guarding the safe house, who after some pressure reveals Raoul operates out of Barachois. Nad believes this information is sincere. Ricky, their contact, confirms Barachois would be an ideal hideout for a wealthy criminal mastermind. As the investigation closes in, an informant warns Raoul that the agents know his location. Raul surprisingly reveals that someone else stole the jade before him and he is now trying to find the exquisite piece himself while simultaneously being harassed by the NSR for a heist he didn't commit. He learns that Nad Shah is leading the investigation and remembering Nad's father orders Nad's house to be searched in retaliation. Meanwhile, Nad and Yuan share a meal, seemingly growing closer. Their budding connection is interrupted when they discover something shocking. It's revealed that Nad has been secretly investigating Vincent, the chief of NSR, and has gathered substantial evidence of his collusion with Raul. Vincent, in a panicked call with Raul, confirms Nad's findings and expresses his concern about Nad's actions. Raul is furious, realizing Nad has played them. They agree that Nad must be taken alive to prevent him from exposing their entire operation. Raul implies that Nad might know about his father's corruption scandal being a setup. The next day, Nad and Yuan following a lead track Raul to a beach. A firefight ensues and they are forced to flee by boat. During their escape, Nad reveals to a shocked Yuan that he, not Raul, has the jade. He confesses that he orchestrated the theft to expose Raul and clear his father's name, who was framed by Raul with Vincent's help. Yuan is furious about Nad's deception, but their conversation is cut short when they are surrounded by Chinese agents who have been monitoring their movements using advanced technology. The Chinese agents recover the jade and leave, stating their mission is complete. Left alone, Nad explains his elaborate plan to Yuan. He reveals that his father was set up by Raul on a corruption charge and Vincent has been working for Raul ever since. Nad confesses he's been gathering evidence to expose their conspiracy. Before Yuan can fully process this, Raul's men arrive, capturing Yuan. Raul, taunting Nad, demands the jade in exchange for Yuan's life, giving him 3 hours. He emphasizes that if Nad doesn't comply, Yuan will be killed. Nad, desperate, contacts Ricky for Yuan's coordinates and instructs him to have agents on standby, but insists on going alone to confront Raul. He takes a taxi to the location while Raul's men struggle to restrain Yuan, who is proving to be a formidable opponent. Raul, confident in his leverage, awaits Nad. Nad confronts Raul, who is surprised by his arrival without the jade. Nad attempts to offer a counter deal, but Raul refuses, ordering his men to kill Yuan if Nad doesn't cooperate. A fight ensues with Nad battling Raul's men. During the struggle, Raul boasts about his untouchable status and his influence over the government. Just as Nad and Yuan are in peril, NSR reinforcements arrive surrounding Raul's location. Raul, cornered, manages to escape, vowing to Nad that he is everywhere. The chief of NSR congratulates Nad on his success. Nad then asks the chief how he got the jade, hinting that there might be more to the story than meets the eye. The chief's response leaves a lingering sense of mystery, suggesting that the full extent of the conspiracy might not yet be revealed. After Nad's confrontation with the chief, the truth about the jade's recovery remains partially obscured. Nad, though successful in exposing some of the corruption, senses that the chief's involvement goes deeper than mere incompetence. He suspects the chief knew about Vincent's complicity with Raul all along, perhaps even leveraging it for his own gain. The question of how the chief really got the jade suggests a lingering doubt about the official narrative. Was the Chinese intervention truly altruistic, or was it a calculated move, perhaps orchestrated by the chief to regain control and save face after the public debacle? Meanwhile, Raul, having narrowly escaped, regroups. His network is extensive and his influence deeply rooted. He's furious about Nad's betrayal and the loss of the jade, a symbol of immense power and potential profit. He immediately begins to activate his contingency plans, seeking out the mole who warned Nad and planning his revenge against all who crossed him. The "I'm everywhere" taunt to Nad isn't just a threat, it's a declaration of his omnipresence within the city's criminal underworld and beyond. He aims to make Nad's life a living hell, ensuring he faces consequences far beyond what the law can mete out. Dwayne, now aware of Bravo's capture and Raul's order to kill him, is torn. His loyalty to Raul clashes with his bond to his brother. He realizes that Raul's ruthlessness knows no bounds and that his own life, and perhaps even his family's, is at risk if he doesn't act. The information he secretly passed to Nad's team was a desperate gamble, and now he must decide whether to continue his dangerous double game or make a definitive move against Raul, knowing it could cost him everything. The fate of Bravo, still in NSR custody, hangs in the balance, a potential pawn in the escalating conflict between Nad and Raul. The new Silk Road Initiative, once a symbol of economic opportunity, now appears tainted by the dark underbelly of international crime and corruption, with the jade serving as a catalyst for a much larger power struggle. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.